Hello. Right, I've been working on this switch for quite a while. I think maybe some of you guys have seen the previous video. I've had a few emails regarding it, but this is the bias T section, which is obviously RF coming in, RF and DC combined going out, and then the vice versa on this other connection cable here. So we've got RF coming in, RF and DC coming out, RF and DC coming in here, and the filtered off RF coming out there. So if we quickly chuck this on, we'll see what we're getting now with this little update. Because I've had to move all the code over to this ESP32 because I just couldn't get performance on the WiMOS D1 Mini Pro. So everything now, via these little jumper wires and this little antenna, has been moved over. But since then, I've had to adjust the code so that it has auto connect. So if I was going to send this to someone, a friend or whatever you, I'd have to pre-install their Wi-Fi information and their SSID and their password. And not everyone is going to want that, are they? Regardless how long they've known me, I don't think anyone was just going to simply divulge their Wi-Fi password. Or I could get them to program it themselves, and then it means I've got to install certain libraries and it all becomes a bit tedious. So okay, we've got the auto connect sequence going on now. I'm going to patch in part of this video, but if I quickly, what I'll do is I'm going to screen record, which I am doing, and I'm going to just quickly put in the web address of the switch, and then I'll record it and I'll make a bit of screen of that. At the moment it's on 192.168.0.192, I think it is. 2 dots, I've done 2 dots, 192. Okay. So there we are. Let's see what happens when we go onto this website. So what I've also done is I've added a little SSID signal strength because I figured this is going to be relatively far away from the actual point where the router is going to be. It could be in a cupboard, it could be upstairs. I don't know where you're going to put your router on this thing. But anyway, so there's the board. That's where the WiMOS D1 would have gone, but obviously it doesn't go there. Nice big chunky inductor, and that's our screen. So if we look here at the very top line, we've got my Cisco switch, AP bedroom 2.4 gigahertz. Right? I'm in the upstairs room now, and the AP's next door. So there's an access point next door, Cisco access point. So we've got signal strength 35, and as you say, excellent signal strength above 40 dBm. You have optimal signal strength. Okay, and then obviously there's the signal strength in dBm, which is minus 35. Now, if I quickly, carefully undo this, if I move the antenna around, you may see that signal strength change. And then you get a different prompt. I'm just going to stand it up a bit and see what we get. Let's give it a few seconds. You haven't frozen on me, have you? There we are, 49 dB. And there suddenly says, good, signal strength is above minus 80 dBm. Switching should be fine. Now, I'm going to try to unscrew the SA antenna on one hand. I don't know if I can do that properly. Yeah, it might work. I'm knackering the cable in the meantime, hang on. Everything's one-handed in my life, I swear to God. Right, now I unscrewed the cable, so let's hopefully that signal strength will go bonkers, 68. I'm hoping it'll go above 80, but it might not with the pigtail that I've got, and the pigtail is acting like an antenna right now, I've got no doubt. But there we are. So it should still be enough. I mean, this is actually really close to the AP, and it's a very good Cisco AP, so, you know, it's the best I can expect at the moment. But let's just quickly, if I click on... Now, what I've also done is enforce the interlock code. So the interlock code now simply... by my mouse pointer. So if I switch on antenna 1, we look at app state. Oops, hang on. This is not good. Let's click on antenna 1. Yeah, very slow. What's going on here? Hang on, maybe... Shouldn't really have taken the antenna out completely. Oops. For some reason the performance has really dropped. I need to know why. But anyway, let's have a look. So if I click on, whoops, antenna 1, antenna 2, I don't know why we're not getting anything here. We seem to get a spinning wheel. Strange, on another PC this is working fine for us. I don't know what the lag is, but they seem to have introduced some sort of lag. But it should theoretically switch on antenna 1. We've introduced some sort of lag. We can see a spinning wheel in the corner. Not too sure why that is. It should have switched by now. But something I need to work on, obviously, but it does switch. I can assure you it does switch. Oh, there we are. And eventually it comes on. Well, we switched on. I think we might have switched on. Oh, there we are. Switched on antenna 2 by mistake, I think. And there we are. Antenna 2 is now illuminated. Nothing else is illuminated. Right, so I'm going to now switch on, say, antenna 4. And what should happen, as I say, the interlock code stops 2 antennas being selected at the same time. So I need to work on the performance, obviously. There's something going on here. It seems to work fine on my laptop, which I use for most of my programming, but not all right on this other PC, which is quite ancient but very fast, but it has got the ability to have 3 monitors, so I keep this PC. I've had it for a long time. So I'm hoping, if all is well, while we get over these poor performance issues. Oh, there we are. And then antenna 4's just come on, and we've heard the click. And then if we look down here, antenna 4's come on. Antenna 4 there is alive. So there we are. But obviously you wouldn't get this screen on first, whoops, you wouldn't get this screen on first startup. You'd get a Wi-Fi connect screen, then you select your Wi-Fi SSD, then you can select your password, you save that, the whole thing reboots, and then you end up with a working switch. Oh, there we are. Signal strength is below 80 dB. Please consider moving the G5 STO switch closer to the router to avoid problems. So there we've got actual confirmation that minus 85 dB is getting touch and go onto the signal strength there. But that's it in a nutshell. I'm not going to say that me taking off the antenna has made a big difference to the sort of connectivity, because it doesn't work like that. It's hit and miss. It either works or it doesn't. It doesn't affect the performance. For some reason, this is definitely a code problem, and I've had a few issues. So obviously something I need to work on. Another one of these videos. You know what? I'm going to need 3 hands, so I'll need to put this down. Pause the video, come back in a second. Right, and then we're back again. So here we are. So we're going to give this, I've just connected the antenna, give it a few seconds. So we're on 51 dBm. I'll put a little snarky comment, anything below sort of 30 dBm, and it sort of comes up, whoa, you know, steady on there. This is meant to be for testing. So that's literally sitting the antenna on top of the access point. I'll wait for that 51 to change. It does update every 15 seconds. That might change to 10, I don't know. But there we are, it's gone back down to 46. So I'm going to try to stand up a little bit and see what we're getting. So there we are. So I'm going to just try one more switch. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to select, where's my mouse? Where's it gone? Oh, that's the problem with having 3 screens. You lose your mouse pointer every 5 seconds. I'm going to click on antenna 2. I'm going to let it sort of lag. And hopefully we will see which one's on antenna 2. That one. This one should light up in due course when the program, but this does actually work really quite well on a different laptop. It works instantaneously, and I'm trying to figure out what I've introduced. There we go, switched on 2. Why I've introduced this problem into the switch, I have no idea what's going on, why it's happening. I can't see any current issues. I'll turn the voltage up a little bit on the power supply. Still everything's going via a regulator anyway, except for the relays. But there we are. In a nutshell, it works. Now just to run a few more tests. Now I've sorted out the code. I was promising myself I wasn't going to run any signal tests until I sorted out all the code issues, which are now sorted out. Performance issues. Ah, right, that's right. Okay, Blynk integration. I'm going to patch in my Blynk screen. I'm going to do a screen recorder on that, and I'll show you that the Blynk is working. So the Blynk screen is working now as well. So if you're away and you're not connected to your own network, you can. I've got a Blynk legacy server here running, so I'll still use some applications for Blynk. So the Blynk screen is working. I'm going to patch that video on to the end of this one and make a final video.